Hey y'all, this is Steve Alante from Bible Baptist Church. I've prepared the Sunday school lesson for my class that meets on Sunday morning when we're able to meet. And the name of my Sunday school class that I'm teaching this morning is called Young Love. Last week we studied lesson 4, which was the character of love. And today I want us to look at lesson number 5. I want you to look at the spirit of true love. Now, whenever we talk about the spirit of love, we want to make sure we understand that love is mature. And there's a lot of statements that we make that are immature statements that hurt our mate. And so an immature statement would be this: hey, are you having a bad day? Well, better you than me. What a wicked statement to say to someone you love when they're going through a tough time, maybe had a tough day at work, maybe the tire blasted and they broke down on the side of the road and they've just really been going through a tough day, and you say, well, better you than me. Very careless, immature statement to come from your love. A mature statement would say, hey, are you having a bad day? What can I do to help? Men, sometimes the best thing that we can do to help our wives is listen to them. Listen to what they're going through. Sometimes I don't have the solutions to Michelle's problem, but sometimes she just needs me to listen so that she knows that I know what she's going through. And that's what matters to her, that she can share her life with me. And so you don't always have to have all the answers. You don't always have to know what to do, but you must always be ready to listen. And never tell your wife, better you than me. If they have a difficult boss or have a tough time with a customer, please don't ever say better you than me. You can tell them, I'll be praying for you. I've got you. I love you. But don't tell them better you than me. One of the saddest things a husband or wife could say to their mate is something like what I'm about to read. And you might have had someone say this to you. And if you have, you realize that your love is really in jeopardy when your mate says this to you. Oh, I'm very sorry for disturbing your me time. I forgot. I only exist when you need something from me. Sadly, in many marriage relationships, a husband thinks the wife only needs him when she needs money, or she needs the car, or she needs a repair, she needs to buy something for the home, then she needs the husband. But when he's looking for her attention, she doesn't have time for him. And vice versa. There are many women who wait hand and foot on their husband, cook for them, take care of them. And the moment the man is watching television, checking his stock, or doing whatever he wants to do, getting ready to go fishing or hunting, if the wife has a need or a problem, he treats her so terribly, and she realizes he only needs her when he needs something from her. When you do this, this is not a mature love. This is a very selfish, self-centered love. And we want to look at the spirit of true love today as we continue our study in 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 6. It's a very short verse and very easy to misunderstand. It says, rejoiceth not in iniquity, but rejoiceth in the truth. Now, the supplied word is charity. Back in the verses earlier, the word charity was used, and the verses are continuing to talk about charity. So we could read it like this: charity, or love, rejoiceth not in iniquity, but charity rejoiceth in truth. Now, remember, when we started our series on charity, we said that charity is the Greek word agape, which is the highest form of love known amongst mankind. It is literally the love that God has for us. It's that sacrificial love. It is an intense focus on the well-being of another. So when you have an intense focus on the well-being of another, you do not rejoice in iniquity, but you rejoice in truth. Now, the word rejoice here, the first and second, are different. The first word rejoice means to have delight or good feeling because of an event or circumstance that made you happy. But when followed by the word not, it means is not made happy by an event or circumstance. So if there's an event that we're going to find out what that event is in a moment, happens, love does not rejoice in this event, okay? And the event is in iniquity. So love does not rejoice when an iniquity has been committed. Now, an iniquity means something that violates the standard of uprightness. So any act that is wrong or unrighteous would be considered iniquity. Now remember the context here. This is love, sacrificial love. Charity does not rejoice in a wrong done to someone you love. This is going to be very powerful if you'll get it. A husband should never rejoice when he does wrong to his wife. And a wife should never rejoice when she does wrong to her husband. This is so important because many people that are married, they tend to get some kind of sadistic pleasure out of hurting their mate instead of protecting their mate. That is not true love. If you get in a fight with your mate and you find pleasure in blocking their credit card, doing things to humiliate them, that is not love. That is hatred. That is just wicked behavior. And so when we talk about real love, God's love, charity does not rejoice in wrong done to another. And so even if someone else does something wrong to my wife, I don't rejoice in that. But more than anything, I should never rejoice when I do wrong towards my wife. That's what the first part of the verse is talking about. So we could say charity never rejoices when a wrong deed is done. So if you're doing wrong deeds, maybe stealing from your mate, hurting your mate's character, gossiping about your mate, no, that's wrong. If you have a problem with your mate, you don't talk to your friends about it if they cannot help you solve the problem. And so we do not do wrong to our loved ones just because we're angry. Charity does not rejoice in iniquity. The second part of the verse says that charity rejoiceth in the truth. Now, this word rejoices is different than the first word rejoice. This word rejoice means to share someone else's cause for joy or happiness. The first one is all about you laughing or making fun of someone because of an event that has happened. This one is actually rejoicing with someone because a good thing has happened. And so this is the word that means rejoice with. You're not doing this by your own. So the first is you laugh at your mate because of a wrong done to them. Maybe you deceived them. Maybe you outsmarted them. Maybe you are in a battle with them and you were able to end the battle feeling like you are the victor and you were rejoicing over that victory. No, love doesn't do that. Love does not rejoice when a wrong is done, but love rejoices in the truth. Now, what's very interesting about this word truth is it literally means devotion, faithfulness, and fidelity. Imagine this. You rejoice with the one you love because of the years, days, months of faithfulness, devotion, and fidelity to one another. And so real good marriages, they count the days that they're married together with rejoicing, and they're rejoicing with their mate. We've been together 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 25 years, and we're still in love. And they sing songs like Love is Always 16, and they love sitting together and talking together and holding hands. And they're rejoicing together in their fidelity, in their devotion to one another, their love letters to one another, the flowers and the special things that wives do for their husbands and husbands do for their wives. And when they sit and reminisce, they don't reminisce about the wrongs they've done to each other. They reminisce about the love and devotion and fidelity. Not, hey, I cheated on you and you didn't know it. No, That's not what love does. Love never rejoices in a wrongdoing, but love rejoices in fidelity and faithfulness, which is called truth. So charity has true joy when faithfulness is shared in love. Immature love makes people joyful when they are the center of attention, while mature love makes people joyful in fidelity with one another. If you're more concerned with your wants above your loved one's needs, you are a very selfish person and not capable of this biblical type of charity that we're studying. So today, I want you to think about the spirit of love. The spirit of love is willing to endure any hardship necessary to protect the loved ones from any wrongdoing. If I say I love Michelle, I should protect her from wrongdoings, and especially from wrongdoings from me, because I am the only one who could desperately, deeply hurt Michelle because she's trusted me intimately with her heart. You cannot be betrayed by your enemy. You can only be betrayed by someone who's very close to you. And that's why infidelity is the greatest betrayal of love. The spirit of true love is other-centered, not self-centered. Love thinks, what have I done recently to prove my love? Hatred or greediness says, what has my love recently done for me? Because it's self-centered. Every time I sit down and think about my relationship with Michelle, I should not be monitoring what she has done for me. I should be monitoring what have I done to prove my love for her and make sure that I am being all that I should be in faithfulness to her. Let's think about this question. Have you done anything this week to rejoice over your love? Just think about that for a minute. Have you done anything to rejoice over your love? An act, a text, a call, a card, flowers. What are you doing? Have you woke up and done anything special? Have you gone to bed at night and done anything special to prove the spirit of your love, that it's sacrificial and not self-centered? I want to ask you this week, let's make a special plan this week to do something unselfish for our mate. I want you to stop at the end of this lesson and think of something unselfish that you could do for the one that you love to show your devotion, your faithfulness, and your fidelity. What are some of the best gifts that love can give? Let's think about this. I want you to make a list of the things your beloved does for you, and then just say thank you. Make a list and say, hey, I want to thank you for all these things that you do for me. And what an encouragement it is when your mate comes to you with a list and says, hey, here's what I've noticed you've been doing for me, and I just want to say thanks. I appreciate you. I know that Michelle does a list of things for me, and I need to write them down and really appreciate her. Then I want you to make a second list. Make a list of the things you do to show your love to the one you love, and then try to add another one this week. It is good to keep track of what you do, but it's good to increase it. And so I've got to find something this week that I can do to show Michelle that I love her more and more. And I want to do more and more, not less and less. Not get the max for the minimum, but I want to put the maximum into my marriage. And I want to turn Michelle into the happiest, most beautiful lady that she could be, so that she would say, my love has decorated her life. So today, we've studied lesson number 5, the spirit of your love. Remember, love does not rejoice in failure. Love rejoices in fidelity. Count the years, the weeks, the months that you've been faithful to each other. Rejoice in that today and make a promise you're going to be faithful for many years to come. May God bless you as you love each other like God has told us to love one another. Father, please bless our marriages. Please bless our relationships. We want to live a life that will bring glory to you. See us through this great fight that we're in right now with the coronavirus, and with all the extra time that we're getting to spend with family in our mate. May this be a time we grow closer. Please give us the right spirit of love towards our mate, a spirit of forgiveness, joy, and fidelity. It's in Jesus' name that I pray. Amen. I pray you have a great week. Bye.